you can't stop coming.
Is priceless. It's something that's in your veins, and I put that on my name.
We're gonna jump right into ZG Social, Steve.
Okay.
And I know
You got a couple good ones up your sleeve. You're showing me this morning.
Yeah, you know what? So right away on Twitter, from down to Havoc at the House.
Just gonna make you smile. You see the little ones out there with their championship shirts, and for them, that's really what it's all about.
The Empire State Blue Flames.
The Blue Flames.
Getting it done. And I think both the Twitter this week, Steve, and the Instagram, they have common themes, the team bonding.
Yeah.
Which is great.
And, it's not just cliche. We say it all the time. It's not just about the 3 16-minute games.
Yeah.
It's about where we go after the game, the hotel, parents bonding together. It's the whole thing.
It's the whole experience of the weekend.
And those kids loved it.
And then obviously on Instagram.
Where's my seat at that table? Looks like a lot of fun. I see the big thing line. I mean, I'm all in.
And Coach Phillips, yes, obviously a great follow on Instagram. He's got the free throw and slow motion.
And they drove Prime all over the place. Coach Phillips was in the ZGEC over the winter.
Yep.
Now in the spring circuit, it's great to see them, down at Danvers Indoor. And they do a great job. They care.
Big shout out to those programs, and we'll keep following on Twitter.
Keep looking for us on Twitter.
Gonna stand up, here he comes. Tell me what it takes to be number one.
Coaches, it's your time on ZG Weekly. We got a little coaches corner action. What do you got?
Steve, excited about this week's spotlight. Skills, which puts out basketball training products of all kind, is actually going to be on site at the Gold Rush.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
By the way, what a tournament for them to come to.
Great tournament.
Yeah.
And, Coach is always looking for a leg up when it comes to player development.
It's so competitive now, Kevin. If they have something that someone else doesn't, it's a no-brainer for them.
And Steve, we got the website going right now. We're flashing some of their products up there. But be sure, for our participants in the Gold Rush this week, stop in and check them out.
Get there early because I'm going to be the first in line.
I woke up, thank God I woke up.
Steve, we got a lot to recap.
Oof. Good thing I had my body armor. I'm going to need it.
We're going to kick it off with the, actually down in the Mid-Atlantic.
Blue Hen Nation.
Down at the University of Delaware.
Great tournament. It was back up again this year at great sites. IAF did some damage.
Yep.
Just a fun atmosphere. You know what I lived here, and so many teams from Delaware said, I can't wait to come to Boston in June for national finals.
Love that.
So that's what I wanted to hear. It was great.
Love that. And then working our way up north in the tri-state circuit, we'll start with the Havoc at the House.
Okay, a little easier weekend at the house, getting ready for the big time challenge this weekend.
Yep.
Still did some damage. You saw the Wrens took home the 8th and 9th.
Right.
Had a great game against Long Island Lightning Wagner. Coach Janelle, the Division II national champs last year, pulled off a miracle double overtime game for the Legends Basketball Club. So that was great to see it at the house.
Awesome. And then over in Connecticut?
Connecticut Chaos, Trinity College, always one of my favorite sites. Connecticut Select took home some hardware. YABC traveled from Boston, did some damage as well there.
And finally, Steve, we're going to move into the New England circuit where we had 3 tournaments going on.
Busy weekend in New England, that's for sure.
Let's kick it off with the Queen of Boston.
My favorite girls event outside of Zero Gravity National Girls Finals. It was really awesome. The atmosphere was electric at Boston University. I was at on Saturday. NT Elite did some damage.
Yep.
Boston Bobcats, as usual. The Lady Migs, Worcester Sting. Just ultra competitive games.
Right.
It was really, I think, we had the Reggie Lewis Center, five courts going at one time.
Right.
All 5 courts, 6 points or less. So it was really great, really competitive matchups.
Awesome. And then up north, Battle for the Border.
Yeah, back at the Rim. The Rim always drags in, an exciting, bigger crowd in Danvers Indoor. So my favorite game of that term was 7th grade, South Central Havoc. Took down NH Flight in an epic championship game. This team, not no stars, but just really played together all weekend to go 5-0 and take home a title.
And last but not least, Steve, down obviously with the NER Hoop Festival in Hanover.
Kevin, I've always been told that the Final Four is where all the college coaches go to mingle, get together. I feel like it was probably somewhere in Hanover this weekend because everyone I know was at that tournament. It was great. I mean, obviously every high-level team was there, but the college coaches really followed it.
Yep.
And, you know, our teams didn't disappoint. BABC as usual, rivals as usual, players. They all really took on. And you know what? Boston kind of beat some of those New York teams.
Yeah, no, and I was fortunate to be there both days, Steve. I think, for anyone who was following it, at NERR was on fire, from a social media
How about
standpoint.
those Twitter daily recaps that Adam put up?
Tremendous.
Just awesome stuff.
So a lot of great information for players, for college coaches, and then just from a competition standpoint, it was phenomenal overall.
You know what? I think this year, too, what you saw in April at Northeast Youth Festival is really going to follow it in Super 16 in May at Con College.
No question. And I thought the greatest thing was that, you're sitting in there and you see familiar faces from New England, but now you have your New York flavor, Rennes, New Heights, PSA. You had AC Georgia.
They were pretty good, too.
Who had a good run. Yeah. So it's great to see, all those different looks and teams going at it.
And you know what? You can't hide at that place.
No question. 8 courts at the U going simultaneously. If you haven't been down at the U for one of these events, you have to get there.
Come down this weekend at Gold Rush.
Day and night, I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind.
Steve, week 5, Road to ZG Finals.
We're in full speed mode right now.
We have, and we actually have 5 events that we're going to talk about this weekend. We're going to start, though, in the Tri-State Big Time Challenge.
Wow, it's finally here. It's almost like Christmas. You hear about it, and then all of a sudden it gets here. Maddie's been talking about it since there was snow on the ground.
Yep. How
great the Big Time Challenge is going to be.
The House of Sports, it's going to be really the place to be in the Tri-State area.
Basketball capital of the world this weekend with all these high-level events in New York City. I think this is the best one out of all of them.
Maddie Shockett, our director of the Tri-State Circuit, has been talking about the team list forever.
Forever.
We want to give some shout-outs.
Coming all the way from Tennessee, Kevin, We All Can Go, John Wall's Team Wall.
Team Charlotte, Juice All-Stars.
The Juice All-Stars. Great uniforms, by the way.
And then, Steve, how about from New England? Who we got?
We got some of our favorites, Tyson and Coach Carey coming down from the Boston Bobcats. We got the New England Storm, always a great program.
Yep.
Expressions in the house, all the way to MV Pride, Coach Tierney, CNBA. They're all coming.
Any players as well?
The players are coming. I love it.
Well, and then, Steve, obviously the New York area.
Everyone from New York at the middle school side.
Well represented. I mean, from the Gauchos to the Wrens.
New Heights, PSA.
Riverside Hawks.
The Lightning.
And then, obviously, too, a little flavor from New Jersey and Connecticut with the players.
Right.
Hilltopper Heat, Connecticut Select, Stanford Peace, and then also in the Mid-Atlantic with IAFF. And then Havoc City.
DC, and that's, by the way, just a small list. It's going to be packed. Every game is going to be so hotly contested.
Yep.
Tough game. Just to get one win in that tournament is going to be tough.
Moving on, Steve, right into Connecticut with the Spring Slam.
Yeah. It's great to see the basketball level of interest in the Connecticut area this year. These tournaments are getting much more competitive each week. They're getting larger. It's a great field this weekend again.
Awesome. And then transitioning up to New England.
Yeah.
We're back over in Nashua for a one-day.
Right, yeah, Nashua Sports Academy, one day. For those teams that battle hard all weekend, every weekend, need to just want to stay sharp, but not spend a whole weekend in the gym. The one-day Nashua Sports Academy is great. It's, like we said, always great facility.
Adding facilities too, right?
Yeah, it's not just in Nashua, but the interest in that area has been great this year.
Phenomenal. And then moving on, obviously, to the Gold Rush.
Just an awesome event. Last year, that was so competitive. Dreamcast, taking cameras of all the games.
Right.
Very competitive field as well this year. Then maybe that top 5% went down to the Big Time Challenge, but still a very deep field at the Gold Rush this week.
And then last but not least, Steve, going into the Mid-Atlantic, back down in Richmond.
At VCU at the Siegel Center.
At the Siegel Center, Southern Showdown.
And it is a showdown. It's maniacal how competitive it is down there. These people are so passionate. And it's just like Coach Norton and his Ducks did last year. Came down, checked it out. And it's a great term for people up here who want to see what the South's all about. You can't get better down at VCU.
And I had the opportunity, Steve, to be in the Siegel Center on the sideline. For those people who have not been in the Siegel Center, it's a pretty awesome
Now, Kevin, for those who don't know, tell me about any win zone down there.
I can't say I walked out victorious, but I did catch an event when I was recruiting, and we did get the kids. So I'll tell you
what, as college coaches know, that's probably the most important thing.